Disney parades and nighttime shows are some of the most special parts of any Disney trip, but should you pay extra just to guarantee a good viewing spot for them? Hi everyone, how's life and welcome to another one of my videos. So today we're going to talk about a new feature that Disneyland Paris has recently introduced in the main park for their nighttime show and of course their parade. And basically, if you go on the app, you can select the date that you are visiting Disneyland Paris, and if you want to, you can pay 19 euros per person to guarantee yourself a special viewing spot for either the parade or the nighttime. So if you want to do both, then it's going to be 19 euros for each. If there's a group of you, then of course it's going to be 19 euros per person, which obviously adds up. And this is something that I've been asked quite a lot by some of you, and I thought I would try it out in this video to see if it actually is worth it or not. Right now, as of yet, without having actually tried it, I don't personally think it's worth paying 19 euros just to be able to have a reserved spot for the parade or the nighttime show. You can definitely watch both of these things without paying extra for them. But of course my opinion might change after I have tested them out with you guys today, watching both the parade and the nighttime show here in Disneyland Paris, having paid 19 euros for each of them to guarantee a reserved spot. And I'll show you exactly where the reserved spot area is, what the view is like. Now, if you would like to do that, you need to go on the app as soon as possible, because sometimes they can sell out, especially for the fireworks show. They tend to sell out quite quickly. So if you already know when you're visiting Disneyland Paris, for instance, you're visiting in the next few months, check on the app as regularly as possible and book them as soon as you want to, if you really want to book those 19 euro viewing spot seats. And I don't know why I said seats, because they definitely don't give you a seat. It's just a viewing area that's like roped off for people who have paid 19 euros. You're not going to get a seat. Don't get excited. So they give you all the information as to where you need to go for the viewing spots. I assume that the parade viewing spot would be right in front of the castle on the side on the way to Fantasyland, but it's actually more close to Fantasyland. In fact, it's in the Fantasyland, so on your way to It's Small World, that's where you will be able to find it. And they do have signs as well to show you exactly where you need to go, and some cast members around if you need to ask them where to go. Bonjour.
Bonjour madame, vous avez la réservation?
Oui, merci beaucoup, merci.
Super.
Merci beaucoup.
Allez.
Je continue là-bas? Merci. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you. So this seems to be the reserved spot then for the parade viewing. It's definitely not where I thought it would be. I thought it might have it in front of the castle where they used to have the annual pass location, and also that's close to where the disability section is as well. But yeah, this is it. Not bad at all. Now, I've arrived here about 25 minutes before the parade starts. If you come here earlier, then I'm sure you can get a front view, but I don't particularly mind. The area does seem to be quite large and quite long, so there's still people coming actually, in fact. And even though the front row of the parade route may already be full, 25 minutes before the parade starts, I feel like you're still going to be able to find a really, really nice view. And one of the main perks of it, I guess, is the fact that it just feels very, you know, spacious. You don't feel like you're crammed. So if that's what you want already, I feel like that can be beneficial. Again, I'm mainly doing this because I want to show it to you guys and see what you guys think of it. It's not something I would ever consider doing at all, especially not for Stars on Parade. But yeah, we've got just over 20 minutes left now until the parade starts. I will let you know what the view is like. despite it being a reserved area, because obviously the show is now done. Oh my god, okay, I need to get out of here. Okay, a little bit of time later and now we have some space to actually move. Now, 19 euros, did I think it was worth paying that to watch the parade from the view that we had? Now, you would have seen my view. It was a pretty good view. I got to see all the floats, even the characters that are just not on floats. I could see them very well too. It was really fun actually, some really nice interactions as well, but I still don't think it's worth it. I'm so sorry to say that. For me, 19 euros, you can definitely spend that on something else. You can buy yourself a nice piece of merch or a snack or quick service, anything but to just, you know, secure a spot in a reserved area personally for the parade. And the reason I'm saying this is because the parade route is really long. It literally goes down Main Street USA, so as long as you're just a little bit organized, get here maybe an hour early. If you don't want to obviously do that, then by all means pay the 19 euros and have your guaranteed spot. But if you're happy to just spend 45 minutes to an hour before the parade to guarantee yourself a pretty decent spot anywhere on Main Street USA, or even at the start of the parade route near It's a Small World, that's where it comes out of, then you really don't need to be paying 19 euros per person. And that's what really gets to me. If it was 19 euros per family, per group, then I would say sure, go for it. But honestly, like even a family of 4, 19 euros, that's almost 80 euros for the 4 of you. You can definitely spend that money in a better way, in my personal opinion. And please remember, it's literally just that, my personal opinion. You may want to pay the 19 euros and actually have a great time. You may have already done it and enjoyed it and felt like it was worth it for you. So don't take my words for this. I showed you what the experience is like, so that hopefully now you can make up your own mind for it. I mean, the area had a lot of people in it. It wasn't packed. It was nice to have the space around you. That was like one of the main benefits, I suppose, of it, is that compared to the other side of the parade route, for instance, which looked extremely packed, this side, the reserved area, just felt a little bit more spacious, and that was nice. Although, again, still by the end of the parade, it will get chaotic, it will get crowded because they take the ropes off and everyone's just doing whatever they want to. So you're still going to be a little bit stuck in the crowd. You might just have a bit more space to enjoy yourself whilst the parade is on. And like I said, there were quite a lot of people there. Loads of families with children, loads of couples, like adult couples. I saw some older people there on their own who had paid it. So, you know, people are clearly paying for it and clearly are enjoying it. So the decision is really down to you whether or not you want to spend that money. It's not something that I would advise you to do, but if you want to go ahead, at least you know that you have a pretty good view if you do so. Well, it's a few hours later and it's time to go and find our reserved spot area for the fireworks, the nighttime show tonight, Disney Dreams, and of course the Disney Electrical Sky Parade as well. It's extremely busy at the moment on Main Street USA. Loads of people, to the point where it's honestly even quite difficult trying to get there. It's meant to be kind of towards the Frontierland area, so that's where I'm heading to at the moment. So as you can see, this is the sign here that tells you exactly where you need to go. It's kind of at the entrance of Frontierland, but getting here can be quite stressful. It was extremely busy just now, of course, as people do start taking their spots well over an hour, 2 hours before the show starts. So maybe get here early, even though they tell you to get here only half an hour early. So I'm not sure if you come here a little bit earlier, if they'll actually let you in or not. They might not. But there you go. I do have my phone ready, and I would highly recommend you doing the same thing to make the process a lot easier. And yeah, I've been told to come here. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Réservation.
Ici? Merci.
Droit, la première à droite.
D'accord, première à droite. So the first on our right is where we're going to be going. This is an interesting route. I didn't expect it to be from here, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it makes the process a lot more smooth. I don't actually know how many people they sell these to, because it's such a new thing and it's obviously my first time doing it to test it out for you guys. But I'm seeing the sign again for reservations. Bonsoir. Une personne? Merci, merci beaucoup. Okay, there it is. Look at the castle, it's looking beautiful. Now, I've been lucky enough to watch the fireworks here at Disneyland Paris from a reserved area a number of times. Once upon a time, they used to have the annual pass reserved area, which you could book online free of charge if you wanted to. But also, whenever I get to do press events, quite often they do allow you to have a reserved area. If it's an evening press event, then you get to watch the show. And I think it's going to be the exact same spot, I believe, just based on roughly where we're going right now. Merci. Yep, this seems to be the exact same area, very much at the front of everyone else, and it's a very busy evening tonight. Almost the entirety of Main Street USA was full of people already, and we've still got about half an hour left to go. So far, I'm thinking maybe it is worth it. It's almost like they've now made us pay for something that we had as annual pass holders anyway, which is a little bit of a shame. But yeah, looks like the area is rather full actually, so let me see where we can go. Okay, so I've got my spot. There are definitely quite a few people here in front of me, and in fact this whole area seems fairly packed. It doesn't feel quite as spacious as it was for the parade, but it's a pretty good view. I will be honest, anytime I had this similar view, anytime I was in this reserved area back when it was an annual pass thing, or if it's been a press event, there's definitely not been quite as many people packed. So Disney are definitely wanting to make the money, and now that they are charging people, they're trying to pack more people in, unfortunately.
Dear friends, in just 10 minutes, we invite you to experience a unique pageant of sparkling lights and magical sounds. Disney Electrical Sky Parade, followed by Disney Dreams. Thank you.
In case you're wondering exactly how close I am to the castle though, it's just there, so it is pretty close. It's obviously a very, very good view. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of being amongst so many people, but that's just something that you have to accept if you want to watch the fireworks anywhere from a good view in any Disney park, to be fair.
A magical parade celebrating the legacy of Walt Disney sparkles to life, bringing joy and imagination to shine into our hearts.
Une féerie de milliers de lumières sur une visite électro-synthé magnétique de Disney, Electrical Sky
Okay, I love this show, like love this show. I think it's one of the best shows Disney has ever done, and it's still there. It is still there. Yeah, this is maybe worth it, although you can probably see the drones even better from a little bit further back, but I just love seeing this show. I'm just, oh my god, I feel like Disney magic worked, and I look at the drones, look at the song, listen to the song, the iconic song of my childhood. I am happy, and now we're gonna have Disney Dreams, possibly for my very last time, because it is unfortunately ending at the end of May. I'm gonna be emotional.
And now, Disney Dreams.
Hey, Shadow! Come back here!
Peter, ton ombre s'est échappée. Oh, Peter!
Ah, now look what you've done! All the magic's spilling out!
Il semblerait que tu sois pris au piège. Bienvenue à Paris, mon cher.
Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull this? I'm the little hand. Can your friends go?
You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend.
This bit, just the little transition in the music gets me every time, ever since I first saw this show back in 2013. I love Hunchback.
à notre spectacle Disney Dreams. Nous vous souhaitons une agréable fin de soirée et souvenez-vous que tout commence avec les rêves. Thank you for joining us for Disney Dreams.
I love this show so much, and I actually feel like incredibly privileged to be here right now to have watched Disney Dream and the Disney Electrical Sky Parade back to back. I can't believe this may have been my last time seeing it. It's just, I've had such a journey with Disney Dream. It's the first of its kind when it first came out in 2012 for the 20th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. No other show like this existed. I mean, Disney Dreams is what inspired Happily Ever After in Florida, and so many other amazing shows have come about since. But sorry, I know the point of this video is to show you, you know, the viewing spot, if you pay 19 euros, if it's worth it or not, but I feel so lucky that this is my job and I get to do things like this and have moments like this, and that was just amazing. Honestly, I don't even mind that I was, you know, a little bit squashed between people. It wasn't even too bad. It's just, there's loads of people around me and I'm going to have to wait a long time now until I can actually leave the park. But that's okay because Disney Dreams. And I know not everybody likes Disney Dreams. I think most people who didn't get to see Disney Dreams when it was originally here in 2012 tend to prefer Illuminations, but those of us who saw it originally do love Disney Dreams. So the storytelling in Disney Dreams is second to none. Right, the park is now officially closed, but I just wanted to give you some final thoughts as to whether or not I think it's worth it for you to purchase 19 euros per person. Don't forget to have a reserved area for either the parade or the nighttime show. I've already talked about the parade earlier. I don't think it's worth it. For the nighttime show, maybe at least one night of your stay, it could be worth it. Just expect it to sometimes be busy. It could just be that today was a one-off. I mean, it's been a very busy day anyway during the day as well, so maybe that's why even the reserved area was very busy. But from my understanding, as long as it's sold out, then it's going to be the same amount of crowds around you. So as long as you're okay with that, as long as you're okay to pay 19 euros to still be amongst the crowd, just be at the front of everybody else in a way, just with other people around you, then could be worth it. I mean, for me, even though initially I was a little bit sad that I had spent 19 euros, at the end of it, I'm happy. I'm really, really grateful that I got to see Disney Dreams one last time from a perfect spot, because Disney Dreams is the kind of show that, you know, you need to be as close to the castle as possible. You need to be able to see the projections to really enjoy it. Illuminations isn't quite like that, so once this changes to Illuminations, you don't necessarily need to be this close to the castle. You can still enjoy it from slightly further back. But the drone show as well, Disney Electrical Sky Parade, I don't actually think you need to be this close for that one. That one is probably actually best viewed a little bit further back. So, you know, give or take, but with Disney Dreams, for me personally, it did make my night to see it one last time with such a perfect view. So yeah, do with that what you will, but I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Would you pay 19 euros for it? The castle's amazing, isn't it? Okay, I'm a lot less emotional now and I can hopefully give you my verdict a little bit more cohesively. And I think you probably have already gathered my thoughts on this. I don't think it's worth it for either of them. It can be worth it for the nighttime show if you really, really want to have that perfect, like, very close-up view. These are my thoughts anyway, but I would love to hear your thoughts if you have tried the 19 euro pay for good viewing spot system that Disneyland Paris has introduced already. Then let me know in the comments down below, what was your experience like and would you recommend it? Like I said, maybe it was just extremely busy yesterday. In fact, I think sometimes when it's very busy, that's probably when it's worth it, because when it's very busy, it can be a little bit more difficult to find yourself a viewing spot normally for the parade or the nighttime show. So at least if you pay that 19 euros, you're guaranteed a spot. So maybe consider it if you are visiting during a very, very busy period. One thing that I felt a little bit sad about is for the nighttime show especially, the fact that they have this like front area sectioned off for people who have paid every single night. It means that regular guests who are not paying will never be able to get like the perfect viewing spot like that up close, if that makes sense. So even if somebody decides to, I don't know, start waiting for the fireworks show 3 hours early, they'll still be behind everybody who has paid. Which, I don't know, I think when they had that area roped off just for annual pass holders, it was very rarely busy, and some nights it wouldn't be busy at all. Sometimes they wouldn't even really need it because there's only so many annual pass holders and not all of them would want to be in that viewing spot every single night, you know what I mean? And obviously press events don't happen all the time, so regular guests had more of an opportunity to have a good viewing spot, front row viewing spot, without the crowds who have now paid to be there. So obviously Disney's gonna prioritize them. It's one of those sad things that I feel like Disney is definitely prioritizing paying guests now. They want people to pay to get a better experience, but honestly, fear not, especially for the drone show, you don't actually need to be that close to the castle anyway. It's better to be a little bit further back. And Disney Dreams, the nighttime spectacular that I just watched, is actually ending very soon at the end of May 2024. So chances are by the time you come to Disneyland Paris after May of 2024, you're going to be getting Disney Illuminations, which is another nighttime show. And for that one, again, I don't think you necessarily need to be that close to the castle. For Disney Dreams, it's very important to be able to see the entire castle, because a lot of the projections, especially with Peter Pan, happen at the bottom of the castle. So if you're further back, you just won't be able to see Peter Pan very well, and you're going to miss the entire story. You'll still be able to see the fireworks, you'll still be able to enjoy it, but it's not going to give you as much emotions and feelings as if you were to see the whole spectacle from up close. But with Disney Illuminations, honestly, I don't think it matters necessarily how close you are to the castle. As long as you can see the castle fairly well, whether you're close or far back, you should be able to still enjoy it. So again, I don't know if that just means the 19 euros isn't even worth it for the fireworks show. But again, I feel like I've talked about this enough. It's not something that I would personally do again. I don't think. Maybe if I were ever to bring maybe a family member, or if it was a special occasion, or if it was a nighttime show that I really desperately wanted to watch up close, then perhaps I would pay that 19 euros again, but I don't see it myself doing it anytime soon. For the parade, I don't think I'll do it ever again. But I'm glad I tried it, and hopefully it was helpful for you. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did find it helpful, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much to my Patreon members and YouTube members as well. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.